A lot can happen in a week, some of it good, some of it bad, some of it downright ugly. When faced with intriguing developments in the week's news, we turn to a rotating panel of non-experts to parse the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. On today's panel, Jessica Brown, co-director of Station Theater, Marcus Davis, owner of the Breakfast Klub restaurant, and Vivian Ho, health economist at Rice University and Baylor College of Medicine. Jessica, Marcus, Vivian, welcome to Houston Matters. Good morning.
Thank you.
Hi,
Good
Craig.
morning.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Panel, the Washington Post this week published an article examining what it calls the deadliest roads in America. And you know where this is going, right? Houston's own Westheimer Road was at the top of the Post's list of roads with the most pedestrian deaths between 2021 and 2023. 19 pedestrians died along the 3.5-mile stretch of Westheimer in those 3 years. But it's not just Westheimer. A 2.4-mile stretch of FM 1960 was fourth on the Post's list with 11 pedestrian deaths in the same time frame. There are, of course, plenty of other examples all across America. The paper's analysis of federal data and other public records finds that between 2010 and 2023, yearly deaths caused by cars and trucks striking pedestrians rose 70% nationwide. Pedestrian deaths are up in the U.S., and Houston roadways are among the deadliest. Do I have to ask, is this good, bad, or ugly, Jessica?
It's definitely ugly anytime there's loss of life. Those areas are so challenging, as we were talking about a little bit earlier. There's so many apartment complexes and, larger multifamily places around both of those areas that it's difficult for having pedestrians walking around, but also there's so much traffic on those roads. And how much are we paying attention as drivers anymore? Being distracted by text messages and even just trying to get where you're going. So it's never a good thing. This is definitely not the list that we want to be on. Okay, good, bad, or ugly, Marcus Davis.
Yeah, this is atrociously ugly. Can we do that?
Sure. I agree.
I would have to say that driving down Westheimer inside of a vehicle, there are times that I am intimidated by the traffic around. I cannot imagine trying to cross the street from one side to the other. I don't know. It's like 4 or 5 lanes on each side, and it's chaotic. I'm hopeful that city leadership will take notice of this, not just in Houston, but across the country, since this seems to be a rising issue in the country. But, as Houstonians, we want a safe city. I know we have a mayor that's big on public safety, and I'm certain that this will be brought to his attention, and hopefully that something will be done about it. I don't have the answer, obviously. I'm not a traffic expert. But I will comment on something she said, which is, as drivers, we have to be more sensitive, more aware of pedestrians. Yes, there are the distractions of the telephone and, got to finish this text and things of that nature. We just need to be more aware, and we have to be more sensitive. Even in my area, most recently, my work family was impacted by one of our colleagues being hit walking to work, and it's just a sense. Just yesterday, I had to point out to a driver that, hey, the little white guy told me I can go. The little sign said it's my turn, and they were just unaware and more interested in getting through that light versus patience for a pedestrian. Oh, that's the tagline, patience for pedestrians.
That's it.
You heard it here first.
Well, another piece in this is just also that, like, our brains, as we drive, we are anticipating seeing other cars and trucks on the road.
Right.
We are not anticipating seeing bicycles, pedestrians, even motorcycles, because they are more of an exception to the rule than the rule.
Yeah, and as a person who both rides a bike and a motorcycle, I have encountered this where it's just kind of like bogarting the road and thinking that others aren't entitled to that space, and we're all entitled to that space: the pedestrian, the bicycle, the motorcycle, and the car.
Okay, good, bad, or ugly, Vivian.
Oh, well, I'm going to, of course, agree with Jessica and Marcus on this. It's bugly, bad and ugly. And just noting that we have a mayor who's actually reducing bicycle paths and protective barriers, so that is problematic. Okay, so just being a complete non-expert on this issue, when I arrived in Houston 20 years ago, if there was a red light that went out, there were police officers that showed up and took care of the traffic and told everyone where to go. And there were many more officers on the street monitoring traffic. We don't have that now. And I think that's why people are not driving as safely. I mean, the Washington Post article was very thorough. It mentioned other issues like the vehicles are getting larger. But, I'm encountering my own problems driving with irresponsible people, and there is not a police officer to be seen. I would like to pay more taxes so that we have more officers monitoring the streets, because otherwise our car insurance is skyrocketing because of all these accidents that are occurring. So you're going to pay one way or another. I think we can tax high-income people. We don't need to tax everybody, but if we want to have a nicer city, we have to pay for it.
Yeah, I think there's a department, the mobility department. I think there's an area, I can't tell you exactly what their responsibilities are, but I could see this falling into that type of scenario versus a police officer scenario. And I agree with you. The light on my corner at Travis in Alabama went out recently. It was out for a couple of days, and pedestrians car drivers were left to fend for themselves. And your previous segment had the officer reiterating some things that, and you pull up one of these lights and it's not working, and you're thinking, hey guys, we all took this class when we were 16 years old that told us how this is supposed to work. But that sometimes gets confusing, or sometimes goes out of the window.
Yeah. Well, also remember, that was a class you took when you were 16, and I don't know about you, but in my case, that was 4 or 5 years ago now.
Right. That's been a little bit of time. Another thought that I had too is any folks that have any sort of mobility impairments as well. It takes them much longer to get across the street too. So that would be another difficulty.
Panel coming soon, maybe to a theater near you. Mattress Mack, the movie. Yes, really. According to Deadline, a feature film based on the life of Houston's own Jim McIngvale is in the works, with actor Billy Magnuson portraying the retail furniture store owner. Diana Agron and Rob Corddry are also part of the cast. Production begins this month. The project's directed by Houston native Shane Andreas, who's among the producers and also wrote the screenplay. The film will follow McIngvale through the opening of Gallery Furniture and through family challenges, including his daughter's battles with obsessive-compulsive disorder. I give you Mattress Mack, the movie. Is this good, bad, or ugly, Marcus?
I thought you were going to start with the theater expert.
Yeah, we'll save that for the end.
So, look, good, bad, or ugly is yet to be seen. It depends on what the movie is like when it comes out. I will tell you, I'm anxious as an entrepreneur. I followed the career of Mattress Mack. I recall when I was a kid. This is how far back I go in Houston, dating myself, when they had Mid-South Wrestling at the Sam Houston Coliseum. And there was this rickety stage that was constructed of, 2x4s. And Mac was still doing that save you money, jumping up in the air. And he was a lot younger then, so he could jump a lot higher. And you could just hear the board squeaking as he landed. And this was in the 70s. So he's obviously a historic figure in the city of Houston. He's done some things from a business standpoint that have been, recognized nationally. And so I'm anxious to see how this works. Now, I will tell you, I will protest this movie if it does not include the great scene of him cussing out the fans in the baseball season, and that led us to a World Series victory.
Okay.
It has to include
good, bad, or ugly, Vivian.
I think it's good. This is a gentleman who's done a lot of good in difficult times for people in Houston, and he's been a great supporter of mental health. So let's see the movie, see how it turns out. I want to see the Marcus Davis movie.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I wonder what the rating would be. Anyway, good, bad, or ugly, Jessica.
I agree with both Vivian and Marcus. I think that everything remains to be seen. It depends on how everything turns out. I agree with everything that's been said so far. But I think that one thing that we can agree on is that no matter what, it's going to be a sleeper hit.
Oh, man.
Yay!
Yeah.
That was the exactly
you got the
reaction
response
I was
you wanted
looking
from
for.
me. Yeah.
That took me a while.
Panel, prisoners complaining about the food they're served is nothing new, but one in Australia is suing over what he's not eating. Andre McKechnie, who is serving a life sentence, is calling for the Supreme Court of Victoria to end a nearly 20-year-long ban on serving inmates Vegemite. McKechnie argues in a lawsuit released to the Associated Press Tuesday that withholding the salty, sticky brown, yeast-based spread breaches his human right to, quote, enjoy his culture as an Australian. The country's Charter of Human Rights and Responsibilities Act offers protections for cultural, religious, racial, or linguistic background. While it's not clear if eating Vegemite is quite what the act had in mind, many Australians do love it. It's estimated 4 out of every 5 Australian households have a jar at home. Victoria's Department of Justice and Community Safety banned Vegemite from prisons in 2006. Apparently, its odor distracts drug-sniffing dogs. In their efforts, it's also considered contraband because it contains yeast, and some believe it could be used to produce alcohol. Its manufacturer denies that. McKechnie's case against Victoria's Department of Justice and Community Safety is scheduled to go to trial next year. An Australian prisoner claims cultural discrimination because the prison will not serve Vegemite. Is this good, bad, or ugly? Vivian.
Oh, it's a funny story, but it is, for the reasons you said, it is bad. I spent a couple years down in Australia after college, and I've tried the stuff. It's dreadful. But, the fact that it actually distracts for the dogs who are looking for contraband material. And it's just such a ridiculous request compared to sort of other things you could be trying to do in terms of prison that I have to say it's bad.
Okay, good, bad, or ugly. Jessica.
I'm not even sure how to answer this one. I think that it's the same thing. I'm not. Number one, I feel like I've learned more about Vegemite than I knew at all, just based on this one article. I find that
the Men at Work song
very,
didn't fill
no,
it in
that's
for
of
you?
course going through my head even right now. But that was the man from Brussels with the muscles. So, I was just surprised at this one, and I agree with the idea of the drug sniffing dogs. Who knew? I mean, that's fascinating to me. But I mean, is it something that is violating someone's rights truly, though? Or are there better things we could spend our time on?
Good, bad, or ugly. Marcus.
Yet to be seen. I am, taken aback by the fact that amongst the 4 of us, Vivian is the only one that has actually tasted this, so she can speak.
Oh, I've tasted it. It's terrible.
Oh, you've tasted it?
It's horrible.
Oh, okay. Now, I have to say, the idea that it distracts dogs sniffing contraband is interesting. It's intriguing. It makes you think, should I even be eating this?
Yes.
Or should I be eating this? It begs the question.
I guess it's not going to end up on the Breakfast Club menu anytime soon.
No, you won't. Vegemite is not coming to a TBK near you. I will say this though, in terms of time. From my understanding, this guy is going to be in prison for quite some time. So he's using his time the best he can.
All right. And speaking of time, we're out of it. Jessica Brown's co-director of Station Theater. Marcus Davis owns the Breakfast Klub restaurant. Vivian Ho is a health economist at Rice University and Baylor College of Medicine. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.